Hi, I'm April Davis with April Davis Creations, and I'm an independent demonstrator in Spring Hill, Kansas. And today or tonight is a recorded Facebook Live. I will be traveling for the next 3 weeks, and I hope to bring you pictures and recordings from my sunny, warm place in Hawaii that I will be for 3 weeks. But I didn't want to miss being with you while I'm gone, so I am recording a few videos ahead of time. There's a lot of fun things going on in Stampin' It right now, and mostly it's the new catalog that we've got. So what I thought I would do is I would spend just a few minutes going over some of the things that I want to highlight in the catalog, and then I thought what I would do is I would share with you the paper pumpkin kit for December. You may have already seen it. I'm going to go ahead and put together a few cards. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I love paper pumpkin, and I've really not highlighted paper pumpkin before, so we're going to do that. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and share with you a little bit about what we've got going on, and I'm going to try to be here with you. Very good, I'm back, and we have the new mini catalog that goes from January through April of 2025. This will actually take us up to when our new annual catalog was released. Additionally, this month we have Celebration, which is really exciting because when you place a qualifying order of $60 or more, you can select anything from the Celebration catalog for free. So I'm going to share with you a project or a class that I've partnered with a friend of mine. But before we go there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip through to the back page because there's something else special going on right now, and that is our starter kit special. It's our join special. There's so much in this kit. Normally the kit is $99 and you get $125 worth of product of your choice. That's the normal kit. This particular join special gives you, for $99, your choice of 2 of our Stampin' Right marker packages. You can select from the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the settles. So you get to pick 2, and I'm looking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 markers in each pack, and you can pick 2 packs. Additionally, you're gonna get this Handmade Designs specialty stamp set with that as well. So you can choose that, and or you could select option 2, and which would be your choice of an additional $30 in free product. So you could get the $125 plus an additional $30. A great joining special. If you're interested in the markers, this is a great way to get them with additional product as well, because you're still going to get the $125 worth of product, but you're going to get these in addition too. Excuse me, still fighting off my cold. I would love to have you as part of the Stampin' About team. We're a fun team. We do lots of things as far as getting together and doing challenges and just creating. And I would love to have you as part of that team. You know, maybe it's community that you're looking for, or maybe it's a discount you're looking for. So either way, if this is something that you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I would be happy to share more information. All right, one of the things that I'm highlighting in a new class that I've got going on is this Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper. So let me bring in the cards that I want to share with you. I am partnering with Connie Melton, and we have designed a class called Dino Giggles and Adult Grins. How fun is that? And let me just show you, we're highlighting the Toadstool Gardens, but let me see if I can find in here real quick. Here are the Darling Dinos. So I'm working with the Darling Dinos stamp set, and she is actually working with, I think it's called One of a Kind. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I should have had it marked here. So many fun things in this catalog, but let me look. Let me thumb through it again. It shouldn't be that hard, right? You get to see all the other fun stuff as I thumb through here. Where are you? I know you're in here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why isn't it showing up? I don't want to, oh, here it is. It's at the very end. That's why I couldn't find it. It's from the One More Year. So we're calling it Dino Giggles because it's the fun dinosaurs, but we're also doing One More Year. This is Adult Grins. Happy birthday. Now back to me. Happy birthday. Another wrinkle wiser. Aging fine like cheese and wine. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. Or you're, how old in dog years would you be? So I'm designing the Dino Giggle cards, and I'm going to show you the cards that I've designed really quickly for this class, just to give you some ideas as to what's going on. But I'm going to bring you over to my website, and I want to share with you, let me see if I can get this going. Oops, sorry guys. Let's see if we'll get it go live. It's give me just a second. I gotta log in again. I was out of it too long, and so now it's giving me grief. All right, now we're there. Sorry about that. If you go into my website, aprildaviscreations.com, and you go into clubs and classes and go to Dino Giggles and Adult Grins, you can scroll down here and you can see the cards that I'm creating and the cards that Connie has created. This is a fun class. It's virtual. You get to do it in the comfort of your own home. We're going to provide a half a package of the Celebration Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper. You're going to get that. You're going to get a package of the basic jewels, rhinestones, all the cardstock you need for these cards and the envelopes. And then you're also going to get a recipe document that gives you all the dimensions for these cards and a recorded playlist showing you how to assemble these cards. And of course, your fee includes the shipping as well. So registration is open. You will be making 6 cards, 3 cards from one stamp set and 3 cards from the other stamp set. So you want to make sure you have the stamp sets on hand. Or maybe you like the kits, you just have something that's very similar that you can utilize. Registration does close January 27th, and the kits will ship on February the 18th. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is that because I am traveling, I want to bring up my Wish You Were Here ordering special. There's a lot going on with the new catalog and obviously with Celebration. And I don't want you to miss out on anything, but because I'm not here and I'm not able to do to-go classes and be able to provide you with free kits, I'm providing you with an ordering special. So when you order $50 or more in my online store between January 7th and the 31st, I will send you a package with 24 sheets of 6x6 Designer Series paper, a package of embellishments, 5 handmade cards, and then I'll bring you back something special from Hawaii as well. I will ship all of that out to you when I return. I come back on February the 2nd. So when I get back on February the 2nd, I will ship out these ordering special, this Wish You Were Here ordering special package to anybody who's placed an order in my online store during that time. And if you double your order, then I will double the DSP and I will also double the handmade cards. So I wanted you to be aware of that as well. So let's come back to my desktop. And let me see, we'll pull this over. I'm gonna take myself down because I want to start to focus in now on Paper Pumpkin. So if you haven't heard of Paper Pumpkin is a subscription kit. It comes every single month. You have to order by the 10th of the month, and then the kit is shipped after that, within, a few days after that. There's a number of different ways that you can order Paper Pumpkin. You can do it by the month. You subscribe and you just pay monthly, or you can pay in advance. You can get a 3-month subscription, a 6-month subscription, 9 months, and you can also pay for a 12-month subscription. There's a bit of a cost break when you pay in advance. But every month you receive a package like this, and sometimes the boxes are decorated up. Normally they're your orange box, but sometimes they're decorated up. But inside is all the fun goodness. You have everything you need to create these amazing cards. So I'm just gonna, I've opened this up, but I haven't done anything with it. So in here, for example, I've got my tear and tape. I've got some fun embellishments that came in here with some dimensionals. I've got my stamps that we can utilize. Lots of love, best of luck, happy birthday, just a note. Thank you, congrats, hello, get well soon. I can see myself utilizing these stamps on a lot of cards outside of Paper Pumpkin. You also receive a color cube, a Stampin' Spot, if you will. This one is Blackberry Bliss. You can utilize this to store your stamps, so it's just a way to store your stamps. And then you're gonna get all this fun product in here that I'm gonna move off to the side just so that I can go over it a little bit with you. You've got your envelopes, but I'll get to those in just a second. I'm gonna move this off to the side. Excuse me. So in here we've got some vellum. These are vellum leaves. There's several sheets. In fact, there's actually, it looks like 3 sheets of vellum. I've got some labels in here, and basically, oh, these are labels that you peel and stick. So we've got those. Oh, look at these pretty flowers. We've got leaves, we've got flowers. These have got berries on it. We've got 3 sheets of those. We've got some labels so that we can probably stamp our sentiments on those. This is the card base. This is the card base for this particular Paper Pumpkin. And you can see how decorative it is. All right, so I'm gonna set this off to the side. And last but not least, you have your envelopes. And these envelopes are just a solid green envelope. But sometimes they have colored insides. It just depends, but these are all gonna coordinate with the cards that we're gonna make. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull in the instructions that we get. Every Paper Pumpkin comes with an instruction sheet. The Paper Pumpkin for December is Notes from the Heart. You can already see the cards that we're going to be making. And what's fun, I'm just gonna make one of each of these cards tonight, but what's really fun is once you've done that, you've got a lot of extra product. You can go ahead and create the remaining cards. Sometimes I do that because I love the cards so much that I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. And then there's other times where I wanna go rogue and I might make an alternate card and incorporate some additional card stock or whatever. I'm not doing that tonight, but you can do that. So you can go rogue and use these pieces to create whatever you want. But inside, you've got instructions for card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So we're just gonna start with card number 1. I'm gonna kind of fold this up and I'm gonna walk you through this so you can see how easy it is to do. So first of all, it's telling me that we need a stamp block. Now, in your first Paper Pumpkin that you receive, you will receive a stamp block in your very first Paper Pumpkin. After that, you can use that stamp block, or I like to use the ergonomic stamp blocks that Paper Pumpkin sells. But we're gonna do Happy Birthday. I can see that it's Happy Birthday, so let me go here and peel this off, and we're gonna take Happy Birthday, and I'll go ahead and get it on my block. And I'm just gonna kind of line it up here so I get it fairly straight on my block. And then this is a photopolymer stamp, and so there's a couple things that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat just to give myself some cushion when I'm stamping on it. The other thing that I'm gonna do is because it is photopolymer, they tend to have a bit of a coating on it. So you can either take your thumb and you can rub on it to rub the coating off, or one of my favorite things to do is I just take my high polymer eraser by Pentel and I just kind of erase over the top of it. And I just feel like I get a better stamp, you know, when I first start stamping. If you don't do this, you will find, and not on all of them, but you will find that sometimes the ink will kind of bead up a little bit. And it's because it's reacting with the coating that's on the stamp. But this looks good to me. I've got this all taken care of. It says, the instructions say that we're gonna utilize this oval. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna punch out this oval and bring it in. And we're gonna stamp on it. Now, I keep my Stampin' Spots for giveaways and things like that. I prefer to use the larger stamp pads. These work perfectly fine. And in fact, one of my favorite ways to use these is when I'm using my stamp positioner. I feel like my big pad tends to get in the way when I'm utilizing the stamp positioner, so I'll use this. But I have many of these, so I also use these for giveaways as well. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Blackberry Bliss. It's just easier for me to work with. And then I will take my stamp and I'm going to tap it in here. And then we're going to line it up and get our happy birthday stamped. Okay, so yay, we've got our happy birthday. Let me use my chamois to clean my stamp off. Close up my ink, and we're going to move on to step 2. Now, step 2 talks about utilizing, it looks like the vellum, it's got the vellum and it has the flowers. So what I'm seeing is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch out my flower. So I'm going to reach over here and grab it. I'm going to get this punched out. And it's putting the tear and tape on the back of the flower. And the back of the flower is so that we can hold on to these vellum leaves. So let me take one of these. Very delicately, I'm going to punch these out of here. I find working on these kits to be very relaxing because they've already been created for me. If I want to just kind of be creative, then what I will do is I will, I'm looking to see if I need 1 or 2. It looks like I need 2, and the way that I know that is I'm seeing, oh, there are 2 stems here. Okay, I only need 1. If I want to be creative, I'm going to go rogue. But if I want to just relax and do some card making, but I don't really want to have to put a lot of thought into it, then I love to sit down and do the paper pumpkin kits. I also enjoy the online exclusive kits that we have. So it's saying to take your tear and tape. So I'm going to take out my tear and tape. And we're going to tear, it looks like we're going to lay this over the top. And I'm just going to kind of straddle it over a little bit. Just looking to see how they've done this. Go up a little bit higher. And I'm literally just looking at the picture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the tear and tape. And it's taking the tear and tape and it's putting it over this here. So I'm going to do that and tear it. And then it also took some and it's going down this way. So I'm going to take some and I'm going to take it down this way and tear it. So now it's holding our vellum to our flowers. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our card base. It also says, if I followed this exactly, I tend to go rogue just a little bit, but I will follow it exactly for you guys. It says to take the dimensionals and to put 3 dimensionals on our tag. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do 2, and then I'll do the 3rd one right here. All right. So now I'm going to take my card base. So I have a card base here. I'm going to fold it in half. Let me move this out of the way. And I'll get my bone folder. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burnish this down. And then it is having the vellum and the flowers. Oh, I see a part. Make sure you've got everything poked out before you start too. So I'll just kind of reach in here and poke this one out. Hold on just a second. It's right there. Okay, got it. My vellum is showing through. All right, so basically all I need to do now is take the backs of the tear and tape off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll use my tweezers just to kind of help me out. Or you can take your pick just to pull that tape off, or the backing to the tear and tape, because it's a 2-sided tape. So let me get a hold of this, and I've got this one peeled off, and now we'll get this one peeled off. And now what I'll do is I'll just turn this over, center it where I want it to be centered, and then just place it down. So now I've got my flowers on here. Then it says to go ahead and add your sentiment right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my sentiment. So let me get the backings off the dimensionals. And I'm going to put my sentiment right probably about here, I think. That looks good. And then I'm going to take my embellishments and I'm going to use my take your pick. It says to use 3. It says to use, I don't know if you can see it or not, but 1 big one and 2 little ones. So I'm going to take 1 big one and it's going right down here, I believe. And then I'm going to take a little one and I'm going to put it up here. And what I'm doing is I'm actually putting it off to the edge of the vellum instead of on top of the vellum so it doesn't flap around. And then I've got another little one that I'm going to put right down here. The last thing that they're having us do is we're going to take the envelope. So I'm just going to fold the envelope down. And remember that page of stickers that we had? Let me see if I can find it right here. This is actually how we're going to address our envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this off and I will line it up right here. And now I have a way to address my envelope, and card number 1 is complete. Isn't that pretty? And how easy was that? So easy. All right, so let me move that off to the side and let's move on to card number 2. So card number 2 says, let's use just a note. So I'm gonna bring my stamps back in. Put this one back and we're gonna do just a note. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did before. I just wanna get this lined up appropriately. Just my way of doing it. And then I use my grid to help me with that. And now I feel like I've got it fairly straight for stamping. All right, this is, again, a brand new photopolymer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of take my eraser to it, make sure I get, because you saw, I'll just bring it back in for just a second. But look how nice and crisp that stamp was. Now, maybe it would have done that, and I could have tested it without doing it, but I've just gotten into the habit of doing this with my eraser. All right, this time it says it wants us to use the circle. So I'm gonna bring this back in again, and I'm gonna bring the circle, and let me see, I've gotta bring my mat back in, and I'm gonna bring my stamp pad back in, and we are gonna stamp just a note. So let me get this open. Get that tapped up and then center this in here. Just a note. Okay, there we go. Let's clean this off, close it up. And this time they've got us using the big fern leaf. So let me see, we'll use this sheet, punch out this fern leaf. There we go. And same thing, we're gonna punch these out. And I'm looking to see, it looks like they're only utilizing 1, but remember we're making 3 cards of each of these. So you're going to end up making, I believe, 9 cards, 3 of each. Let me see, yes, is that right? Yes, that is right. So that's why we have so many vellums, because they're using vellum on all these cards. So let me very carefully pull that one off. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna flip this over, and it shows us right here, flipped over, and you're going to line up your vellum. And I'm trying to do it the way that they have suggested that I do it. So I think I'm good to go here. And now I'm gonna take my tear and tape again, and they've got 1 piece. Let's get the end of it. They've got 1 piece going across the bottom. So I'm gonna put it down across the bottom. Okay, and tear it. And then they've got from the bottom going up to the tip. So I'm gonna do that too. Okay, so we've got that. Now when we turn it over, how pretty is that? The vellum's showing through. So we're gonna take another card base, and I'm gonna fold this over. Go ahead and get it burnished. And we'll take the tear and tape off. These are really easy cards to do. Now, one thing that I didn't do that I'll go back and do, and again, sorry guys, I'm going rogue. is I just need to put the dimensionals on the sentiment. I skipped a step and jumped straight to the fern, but we'll go back and do that before we put it on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this centered up where I want it to be. Probably right about here, I'm thinking. Okay, so we've got that down. Now we'll take our just a note, and my dimensionals are right here, and we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. I want you guys to be able to see. So let me take these off. And we'll put just a note right about here, I think. Go up just a little bit. Just a note right here. Okay. And then we'll take, it says 1 big and 2 littles. So it looks like we've got 1 big, that, and you can put these wherever you want to put them. I'm going to go ahead and do that and do this. And then we've got another one that's going to go down here. Okay, almost done. We've got our envelope. Let's take a sticker and peel it off and put it down. We've got our second card. How pretty is that? Fun, 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 fun. Okay, last card. These are easy, easy. We're utilizing the flowers with the little berries. So let's pop this one out. We've got that. I'll put that off to the side. And then this time it's saying it wants to use congrats. So let me take this off and we'll utilize congrats, which is this one. So let me lay it down, pick it up. Okay. And we're going to use another vellum leaf. So we'll get this, pull that out. Very delicate, but very easy to do. And then let me see, they want for the sentiment, they want us to use the rectangle. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our stamping done first. I'm going to bring my mat back in. So pretty with this little gold lining to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get it stamped. Put that off the side. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't treat this. So we'll see what happens. I got excited and we'll see just how well it stamps. Maybe I can do a comparison for you. Okay, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it or not. I could see it. But there is just a little bit of spotting, if you will. It's not a solid stamp, especially if you look at my O or you look at my G. Whereas if you look at my just a note, it's more solid. And it's just because it's a brand new stamp, it's got a coating on it. And sometimes when you first stamp, it's going to come out like that. This isn't bad, but I can see that it did it. So it's just because I forgot to do my treating on it. But it's all good. It's not bad. Okay, let me close this up. And we are going to add the vellum to this as well. Actually, I can see that there's a little hole that I need to poke out. Get those off. Little hole I need to poke out here. There we go. All right, turn this over. And this time they want the vellum. I'm just kind of looking to see how they have it lined up. And it looks like they've got, when I turn this over, I'm going to turn it this way. It's straddling down here and it's poking out in front here. So I've got quite a bit off to the side over here, which is good. I like that. All right, so let's take our tear and tape again. And it looks like they're going to go down this side and then up the center. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the tear and tape and I'll put it here. Oops, get my fingers out of the way. And bring it down this way. Okay. And then we'll go from here up and we'll catch. I'm gonna try to do it so that I don't go over that hole with the tape. And there we go, tear and tape there. Easy peasy getting this down, right? All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna grab our note card and I'm gonna grab my dimensionals so I don't get too far ahead of the directions that they're giving me. But we'll go ahead and put the dimensionals on here. Okay. And let's move this out of the way. Fold this in half, burnish it down. Okay, now we'll take the backs off of our tear and tape, making sure it's secure. Pull that off and pull this off. Put this around and it looks like it's got it tilted back this way a little bit. How pretty is that? So I'm gonna do this. So pretty. And then we'll take our backings off. And our congrats is gonna go right here. Just gonna make sure I got that straight. It looks fairly straight. So we'll put this down, bring our gems in again. Whoops. And then, let's see. Let's put one here and let's put one here. And then I'm gonna put another one right down here. Move all of this out of the way because that is card number 3. And look how pretty that is. How pretty is that? Okay, so this was card number 3. I'm gonna bring back in card number 2. And then I'll bring in card number 1 as well. How fun was that? And look how pretty they are. Oh my goodness. So something that I might consider doing is I like all the white, but in my next cards, because I've got 2 more of each of these to make, I would maybe consider adding an extra layer of cardstock in here to kind of add a matte to it instead of going straight on the white. I think also in doing that, my vellum is gonna pop up and show more. So this one I might use the pink. Let me see, it tells you what colors. If you look here, it shows you everything that you get in the kit, but then down here it says coordinating colors. Blackberry Bliss, we knew that because that's the ink we've got. Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty in Pink, Very Vanilla, and Gold. So I would probably use maybe Pretty in Pink on this one, perhaps Mossy Meadow on this one, and well, maybe Pretty in Pink on this one, now that I'm looking at these little pink flowers, and Flirty Flamingo on this one. So what I'll do is I'm going to create these cards again, not tonight with you guys, but when I do this again, I'm going to go a little bit rogue. I'm going to add a matte, and it's going to go inside my scallop, so the scallop is still going to show, but I'm going to have a matte, and my hope then is after I do that, I will have some of this vellum will show up a little bit better. The other thing that I wanted to show you that I'm just noticing, and it's probably my lighting, but these card bases are not white. They're not, I know they look like they're white, but they're kind of got a marbled effect because when I was reading the coordinating colors that they've got, one of them was Daffodil Delight. I'm like, where's the Daffodil Delight? Well, the Daffodil Delight is in this card. I don't know that you guys can even see that. It's very, very faint, but it's like these card bases are marbled with a Daffodil Delight yellow. So anyway, here we go. This is December's Paper Pumpkin, January's Paper Pumpkin. Actually, you've got until January 10th to order. But if you miss that, you can catch the next one. And remember, you can do it on a monthly basis, or you can subscribe and get 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is you choose. So thank you for joining me tonight. Don't forget about my ordering special, and I'll get this posted up to YouTube as well. So in case you didn't catch it on the Thursday night when I go live recorded, you guys will see it on Facebook. So we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.